Today we're going to be doing some crappie fishing. There's a few things going against us, but I think we'll still be able to find some fish, hopefully. We've got a northeast wind today. Seems like every time we go lately, it's an east wind, whether it be southeast, straight east, northeast. Always makes it tough, but it's supposed to be a high of 41 degrees today. The water temperature is 39 degrees. And these lakes were flooded near record levels just 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna have to pull some tricks out today to catch some fish, I think. We're gonna start off by fishing some structure, just do a lot of dead sticking. Might do some jigging, but we'll just move throughout the day and see if we can figure out what depth these fish are at, if they're in the channel, if they're trying to get out of the current with the crazy weather, but we'll see what happens. Whopper. Well, the skunk's out of the boat. First fish, just a little guy, but that one came off the structure, so we're gonna sit here a little bit longer and see if we can peel off some bigger ones. Spotlight, right?
Oh, you got hit twice, right?
Nope, just once. Ooh, you're good. We moved off the structure and started trying some open water. Right when the fish finder filled up, caught another one, and it was 27 foot of water. Still pretty small, but we're on the hunt. Get him? Tough bite.
A little bit bigger, not much.
Oh, we got a double. Almost a double.
Kind of two bites today.
Boy, I think this one's even smaller. Not sure if they're just extremely finicky bite or if they're just so small like this, they're not getting it. Small fish, small fish, small fish. We don't want to leave right now because we're catching fish. If this continues for half an hour or 45 minutes, we'll move out and try to find some bigger ones.
That's one there.
Looks like it might have some weight.
A little bigger. Do one for the box. Finally one here. He's close. What is he, 10?
Yeah.
We'll keep him in the line though, at least. Probably bad choice.
Well, we couldn't get away from the small fish in the first piece of structure we were on, and then we hit some open water and couldn't get away from the small fish, so we just moved down the lake, and we're going to try very deep water and structure to start off with. We cannot find a good sized crappie today. The only bites we can find are these little dinkers, and there hasn't been that many of them. This cold front has really shut things down. One of the guys said the water cooled down 5 degrees over the weekend. That's not helping us.
Left pull, left pull.
Ooh, that one's got some weight.
Oh, yeah.
No, not as much as I thought.
Just had to throw the other one.
That fish must have been sideways because he felt heavy. It's a story of the day right there. Never caught so many little crappie before. Every fish except for the first fish today has came in 26 feet of water or deeper. And they are just shut down. We just talked to one of the old timers that fishes here a lot. He burns fish up, and he said he was going home because he couldn't find anything to bite today. What do you know? Another midget fish. It is not normal to catch crappie this small all day long. Wow. I think they're getting smaller.
I think it's the same fish.
Might be the same fish. We have fished all over this lake. We could not find big fish, so we decided to end the day coming back to where at least we knew we could catch a few. Yeah?
Oh, I did. I did. Two sinkers. I'm not for sure.
Well, I'll show your fish off.
I see four of these.
Apparently caught another whopper. Now we've got a mess in our line. I tried to move the boat about 15 feet just on a little more structure, and I think it was a mistake. Well, I think we are gonna call it a day. We have been out here for several hours and really struggled to catch fish. We could have stayed on those, what I'm gonna call midget fish, and caught those all day probably, but you know, we decided to go back and catch a few of them just to put fish in the boat, but for some reason the big fish just were not active today. Several times we'd find fish on the fish finder and get right on top of them and just couldn't get them to bite. But I think we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna blame this trip on Riley.
I'll take it.
Yeah, like I've said before, everybody agrees, bad day fishing's better than a day at work. So if you've made it this far, evidently you watched the whole video and you know not how to catch crappie during cold fronts. Thanks for watching.